Hello, dear students. Very good morning. So, you know that we are learning the chapter organisms and their surroundings, right? In the previous class, you have learned about what are the adaptations made by the plants and animals in the grasslands and in the deserts. Today, we are going to study about mountains. So, students, maybe you have been to any hill station. If you have been to hill stations, you must have noticed that as you go up the mountains, the weather becomes colder, right? ನಾವು ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಹತ್ತದಿದ್ದಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. So you may have ever seen or played in the snow if you were there in the winter. And the mountains are like a home to many evergreen trees. Evergreen means so they will not dry up, they will not dry up whole year. So these the mountains are the home to many evergreen trees and plants. The plants and trees in the foothills have broader leaves. Okay, so foothills ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಬೆಟ್ಟದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಪರ್ವತದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಇರುವಂತ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. At higher altitude means as you go high up to the hills or any mountains, so the trees bear cones and have a needle shaped leaves. So as you can see on the picture, this is a cedar tree. So the leaves are like a thin wire. So needle ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, needle shape ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. But ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಇದೆಲ್ಲಾನು so they are having a long or a broad leaves. As you climb higher up a mountain, it gets colder and the trees eventually thin out and disappear. So when it gets too cold for trees to grow, it is called as timberline. So it is called as timberline. When it gets too cold for trees to grow, so we call it as a timberline. So examples like sal, teak, bamboo, fir, oak, maple, deodar, spruce and cedar are some of the plants that grow abundantly in the mountains. So moss and fungi also grow in abundance. Fungi ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು. Next mosses which is growing on the surface of the rocks and even on the soil. Okay, now let us see what are the adaptations in these plants. So these plants have a shorter stem so that they can avoid the harsh wind and do not get knocked over. So usually the trees are the stems are having less height. Okay, they are shorter stem and they can avoid the harsh wind and they do not get knocked over. And these plants having a wide root system in order to gather more nutrients. Okay, these trees are having a very long roots to gather more nutrients. So most of the trees are like a cone shape. So as you can see here, it is a cone, it is in a cone shape. So these are cone shape. These trees are called as conifers. So triangle shape ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ cone shape ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ trees we call it as a conifers, like a Christmas tree. So Christmas tree is also a conifer, and it also it has a needle like leaves. ಅದರ leaves ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ needles ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, that let snow and rainfall slides over ಈಸಿಲಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಳೆ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ರೈನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಜಾರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. And next adaptation is some trees possess a few leaves and a very bright flowers so that they can attract more insects for the pollination. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಬ್ರೈಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಸೊ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Pollination you have studied in the previous chapters, that is transfer of pollen grain from the one flower to the another flower onto the stigma. So we call it as a pollination. And the leaves. So the leaves are usually very tough. Okay, very tough, and they have a waxy surface to prevent drying out. So ಬಿಸಿಲು ತುಂಬಾ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡ್ರೈ ಆಗದೆ ಇರಲಿ ಅಂತ, ಸೊ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿ ಸರ್ಫ್. ಸೊ ದ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ these mountains like sal, teak, bamboo, fir, oak, maple, deodar, spruce, and cedar are some of the plants that grow abundantly in the mountains. Along with that, fungi and mosses will also grow. These are the adaptations made by the plants. Next is adaptations in animals. So mountains ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ animals ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು adaptations ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. So the mountain provides a natural habitat to a large number of animal species. So some of the like snow leopard and yak you can find only in the snowy mountains, not you can find in any forest or like our normal places. So it is a natural habitat to a large number of animal species such as some tigers, yaks, deer, musk deer, wild goats, sheep, wolves, and some of the leopards, snow leopards. The animals adapt to the cold climate by hibernating. So what is this? What is the meaning of hibernating means? So winter sleep. Okay, so these animals will sleep during winter time and they'll be active in the summer time. Okay, the animals that adapt to the cold climate by hibernating, that is winter sleep, migrating to a warmer areas or insulating their body with a layers of fat. ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಾಡಿನ ಇನ್ಸುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೈ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಲೇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ penguins and like in the polar bears they have a layer of fat called as blubber. So ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ that prevents the cold. They have a shorter legs and tails and ears in order to reduce the heat loss. ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಕಿವಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಹೀಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಹೇರ್ ಸಚ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ yak or with a thick fur such as in the snow leopard. So as you can see here, so they have a thick white color fur, and here you can see in the yak also it has a black hair. Their bodies are usually covered with a long hair such as in the yak or with a thick fur such as in the snow leopard. Animals living in the mountains, so mountains ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು, they have a very larger lungs. ಯಾಕೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ lungs large ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? Because and even not only larger lungs, they also have a more blood cells and more hemoglobin. So because hemoglobin function is it is present along with the blood, helps in carrying the oxygen to the cells. So because of the increased pressure and a lack of oxygen at the higher altitude ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ lungs are very larger and more blood cells are there in that animals. If you live in the plains and if you visit a hill station, you may experience difficulty in breathing for a short while. So ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಉಸಿರಾಡೋಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ as we go higher up the mountains. So this makes us breathe faster. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಉಸಿರು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ತರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And our body undergoes some changes to adjust to the new surroundings. So new surroundings ಗೆ adjust ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ even our body undergoes some changes and we get used to the place and start to breathe normally. And the small changes that takes place in the body of an organism over a short period of time to overcome the problems arising due to changes in the surroundings, it is called as acclimatization. acclimatization ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗೆ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? acclimatization ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The small changes that take place in the body of an organism over a short period of time. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೋ ಇವಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಳಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ಸಮ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ರೈಟ್? changes in the according to the surrounding. that we call it as acclimatization. These changes are different from adaptations that takes place over thousands of years. So adaptations ಗೂ ಮತ್ತೆ acclimatization ಗೂ difference ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, acclimatization is only for only for a short period of time. Adaptation means that is for the whole life. So these changes are different from the adaptations that takes place over thousands of years. So this is about the mountains and the adaptations made by the animals and plants. I hope you have understood. Thank you.